Are we missing a camera? Are we? Somebody still waiting to get set up? Thought everybody was here. Everybody good? My name is John Romero, John-Romero. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Lakewood Police Department. So earlier today, around 1:47 p.m., our agents were called to a home on the 400 block of South Oak, just off of Alameda and Oak, for reports of an armed robbery. The victim, a postal worker, was working at the time when he said that two females were armed and stole several items from him. The females then ran on foot when the suspect was able to get to a neighbor's house and call 911. Just a few minutes later, when our agents arrived, they came up against one of the suspects. Sorry, let me do that last part again. Just a few minutes after that armed robbery, several of our agents approached and contacted one of the suspects at the Grease Monkey just behind me at Alameda and Owens. The suspect was armed and began firing at our agents. Several agents returned fire, hitting that suspect. That suspect has been taken to the hospital. I do not have an update on her condition right now. In addition, during that shooting, one of our agents was also shot. That agent has been taken to the hospital. It appears non-life-threatening injuries at this point. We still have one suspect outstanding. We don't have a lot of information on those suspects right now. The closest description we have is two Hispanic females dressed in all black. We did recover a gun at the scene, and we're continuing to process the scene as we speak. We're also working with the response team in Jeffco, comprised of different law enforcement agencies from around the county who will also come out and investigate this.
Was it the suspect that was shot? They were by where? Which location?
Correct. So just shortly after the armed robbery, Lakewood agents made contact with the suspect at the Grease Monkey just behind us. It was there that the suspect began firing at agents immediately. Our agents returned fire. The suspect was shot and one of our agents was shot.
What's the work going door to door? Sorry, was the postal worker going door to door when this all happened?
I don't. All I know is the postal worker was in the process of doing their job.
Do you know what was stolen from the postal worker?
I don't. I don't have that information.
Do you have an approximate age for those suspects?
I don't. We're trying to see if there's any video in the area, trying to see what we could find at this point, but we don't have much of a description other than two Hispanic females dressed in black.
What kind of gun was recovered?
Handgun.
Can you
One
describe
handgun
the
recovered?
Correct.
We're looking at the area, but again, it looks pretty obvious that right across the street from a postal facility,
Yes.
one's related to the other.
At this point, we don't have any information that would say that it's related to the post office immediately, other than it was a postal worker. Again, it's still very early on in the investigation. We're putting everything together. We're interviewing witnesses, and so we're just going to go from there and see where it takes us.
4 schools on lockdown currently? Is that correct? Can you comment on
Don't
that?
know the exact number. Several schools in the area were put on lockdown while we searched. I believe since then they have all been released.
Do you have a name of the suspect that's in the hospital?
I do not. We don't have a name yet.
Can you see where the agent was hit?
I cannot. The suspect was tended to by agents immediately. Life-saving measures were performed. Again, ambulances were here quick, and she was taken to the hospital.
You said all black, right? But the suspect's not
Correct.
single suspect.
Did
Correct.
they have like masks covering their faces, or can you tell like how their hair was? Was it pulled back, down? Any
I
identifying markers?
don't have that information at this time. Again, we're interviewing witnesses right now, so hopefully we should have more soon, especially more suspect info soon, which we will put out immediately. Then again, one of our agents was hit by the suspect during the shooting. Agent has been taken to the hospital, is expected to be okay.
So given it was a U.S. postal worker, are like federal agencies helping you? Like as
We are
far as-
currently working with the postal inspector and others in this case.
Is there a reminder in there, John? I mean, we're talking about a postal worker. It's not just any sort of worker. They're employed by the federal government, correct?
Sure.
The crime takes on a higher meaning, correct? Is there anything you can say along those lines?
I don't have that information right now. As it is right now, we are the lead agency. That could always change because of the federal involvement, because of who the postal worker is. But right now, we are the lead agency on this. But we are working with the Postal Service as well.
Any advice to folks in the community, since there is one suspect on the loose, they're willing to do this to a postal worker? I mean, is there concern for public safety?
It's one of those things where we tell people, if you see something, say something. If something looks suspicious, do not hesitate to call the police department. Do not hesitate to call Jeff Come and report it. Everybody good?
I think we're good. Yes.
Cool. Sure.
Sorry, we're
No worries,
a
man.
bit late today. How
No
are
worries.
you?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not sure who's.